have been trying to warn you for a while. I have been trying to warn you for a while now, because what is actually going to happen in between the 17th and the 27th of May, you really need to pay attention to, because you are gonna almost like catch someone at doing something that they shouldn't be doing. But then on one hand, you're not gonna be completely surprised, but then on another hand, you were just hoping that things are not going to unfold in this particular way. I'm not trying to be a dark Lala here, but it's just something to do. It's to do with a certain aspect of your life that is not going to completely surprise you. But most importantly, you are going to gain something so powerful out of it, because most importantly, you are going to be able to make the best possible decision after that moment in time. And when you make a decision, that decision should really primarily involve you. But then again, at the same time, you must be very, very smart how you're going to go about things, because what you're going to see and what you're going to come across is going to make you angry a little bit. But I would like you to kind of like try to control that anger, try to control that rage, because just remember, you know, you're a very, very powerful person in so many different ways. When it comes to your intuition, when it comes to your internal guidance, when it comes to you being an empath, I'm trying to kind of like open your eyes to understand and see the blessings in this, because you were aware of this. And even if you weren't aware of this consciously, you know, subconsciously, there is something that was already triggered within you, you know, quite a while back, a while ago. And I have been trying to say this to you, but then again, this is pretty much so where the emotions are involved as well. Your emotions are involved with this, so it's not just as easy. When emotions are involved like this, then you know you must experience things on your own skin. You know, you must experience things through your own life in your own way, in order to come to an understanding through your own enlightenment at the right moment in time. This is important because it's going to help you to establish who in your life you can't trust and who in your life you can trust. So this is very, very important stage for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because for the first time in a long time, you are going to have a clear evidence right in front of you. And this in itself is going to mark the beginning of the whole new cycle, the whole new stage in your lives. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's for May 2022. So this monthly horoscope tarot card focus is for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's for May 2022. Listen, things are really going to start moving forward, you know, like this month, like there is no tomorrow. But there are going to be the certain situations that you are going to be aware of, that you have to be very smart about. There are so many informations that you are going to have that you didn't have before. There is so much that you will be able to prove, and that in itself, it's already going to give you like a 5 points ahead of the game. You know what I mean? You're already going to be way ahead of your own game. This is important because, as I said already, your emotions are going to be really pretty much so involved with this, you know. So it means that you must not overreact. You have to be really, really clever with every single thing that is going to be happening to you throughout the month of May in terms of your own response. You know, try to control your feelings and try to control your emotions. Try to not to rush with absolutely anything, because you know, like on Monday you're gonna feel in one particular way, on Wednesday you're gonna feel like a completely different. So this is the balance that I need you to understand, that you have to gather along the way. And when I say balance, it's about you getting the relevant experience and information before coming out and kind of like maybe saying things right before you should say, maybe approaching certain people right, you know, like before you should approach them, which means that it's all about taking one step at a time. Don't rush with anything, and also try to not to respond to people in situation from a point of view where you are like completely emotionally charged, for example. So this is why you just need to kind of be above it and just like basically, you know, hold the course and use the view above. And the view from above is going to be the best after like a few days after you find out these things that I'm actually talking about. So this is very important indeed. In terms of the progress, this is going to be an absolutely enormous month, okay? But also, you know, very big aspect of your life is slowly coming to an end. So it's pretty much so with, you know, at the end of the certain journey. But wherever there is an end of the certain journey, there, you know, you obviously become aware of things that are coming to an end. By the same time, you know, this is also going to bring you two important opportunities which are going to be absolutely obvious over the last 4 days in May 2022. When it comes to numerology, my gorgeous aquamarini, your number is 1502. This is a very, very powerful number. 1502. This is a very powerful number indeed, because your inspiration is going to come through your own unhappiness. Okay, I'm not trying to be Dark Lala. This is absolutely brilliant. So you will know at around the 9th of May and at around the 19th of May and at around the 29th of May, this unhappiness is going to be highlighted. You know, you will know exactly which part of your life has been making you unhappy for way too long. And this is when Big Mama comes in, because your own inspiration is going to start growing at that moment in time against things that have been making you unhappy, that are going to be highlighted over these 3 days. These 3 days are going to be completely different, my babies, but it's all going to be boiling towards the one particular thing, and you will have absolutely enough. And this in itself, it's also marking not only the beginning of the new stage, but the beginning of you finding yourself on the spiritual quest. That in itself is going to make you aware also like of certain new people that are going to start entering your life. These people are going to be very, very important, and they're going to stay there for a long time, and they're going to help you to gain so much in terms of the knowledge when it comes to the current path that you are on, that you are at, my gorgeous aquamarinis. So it's all about you getting this absolutely mind-blowing energy when it comes to dealing with with aspects of your life that have been making you so unhappy, you know. So it's 1502. It's all about you dealing with this unhappiness in the best possible way when it comes to you finding the inspiration. And it's not only that, suddenly something is going to come to you, like an idea. So these 3 days that I've already mentioned, just remember that this is all going to boil down. Like a couple of days later, there is an idea that is going to come to you, and it's all going to come through these 3 particular days that I'm talking about. And the idea is going to make you feel so good. And it's only going to feel so special because you're reaching a very enlightened stage of your life. You already have been through your own spiritual awakening for a while now. Things have been up and down, very deep diving, like my lord, octopus, crabs, fish. You know, it's like, it has been really crazy. But there is only so crazy that it can possibly be until you reach this absolutely high and very elevated level of your own subconscious and conscious at the same time, which is we can only point you towards something very good, something very important. But at the same time, it's going to require from you, you're going to feel so shaken, like, to be honest with yourself. And you will know that someone around you, it's not right. Someone around you, it's not honest. Someone around you, it's not who they are. And I said this millions of times, and you really need to understand and see who this is. And until you find out who this is, a little snaky in the grassy has been there for a whiley. You know, little snaky in the grassy has been there for a whiley. Just remember this. It's very important, because if you carry on like this, it's almost like you know, but you don't want to be honest with yourself. But if you carry on like this, you're going to regret, and you don't want this, because you're going to fall deeper and deeper. And the deeper you go with this specific person until you realize who this snake is, the deeper you go with this snake, the deeper in the hole you're going to end up. And once you end up in the hole so deep with this particular snake, then you will see what I was talking about, because this particular snake is different to any other snake that was in your life before, because this one will go much further. This is something that this person is just something to do with materialistic like things, and I do not like this whatsoever. Okay, so I'm trying to help you as much as I possibly can. Okay, please. Okay, just basically try to throughout the month of May, try to keep certain things that are really important to you, to yourself. If you're uncertain about certain people, I'm not saying you go around, it's like, oh my God, ignore him, ignore her, oh my God, oh no, they're this, they're that. No, baby, no. You just keep certain things to yourself, things that are important, things that are to do with the finances, things that are to do with like important planning, things that are very significant to you, anything like that, keep it to yourself. Anything big like that, keep it to yourself. Okay, and the more you do this, the more that little snaky is going to be coming out with a little head like this. Oh, you didn't let me know this, you didn't let me know that. Somebody's after something that they shouldn't be. So somebody's like going over emotions and feelings and la la la, and somebody's just kind of being very strongly connected to the finances, financial situation, or something materialistic that they can get. They can gain from you. So, just keep this in mind, my gorgeous aquamarines. This is important. Like, oh my God. Even the little kid is saying, yes, it's important. You've been saying this to aquamarini for absolute ages. And now, for the first time, they are going to have a solid proof about what I was talking about. There you go. Even the kid is talking. Even the kid is talking to you now. But the bottom line is, going back to the actual 1502, indeed, it's about the inspiration that you're gonna get, and this is very strong, and it only happens when you just reach a really prominent part of your life in terms of your karma, because you've done so much. And I've been saying this like a lot, you are wonderful signs, and you've been giving so much of your beautiful energy, you've been helping to so many people, there was so much going on, and you would put yourself on number 2, number 3, and never number one, it has been for a while. So now you just primarily have to put yourself on number 1, because if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will. It's the way the world is, but also it's the way your wonderful, beautiful energy is. And because you were so unselfish, I told you, this is why this is all going to start happening. Like, so there is so much quickly that it's actually going to happen in terms of unfoldment and in terms of inspiration. Pay attention to these inspirations and things that are going to be on your mind throughout the month of May, because they are, my God, going to be coming from somewhere else. And also pay attention to inspiration that you are having, especially when you're near the nature, or within the nature, or while you're on your way towards the nature, while you're thinking about the nature, while you're relaxing, while you're chilling out maybe, or pay attention to what is on your mind quite a lot throughout the month of May. As soon as you wake up in the morning, so many different things that you can gather special information through your subconscious mind at a very kind of like a sacred moment in time, while your subconscious mind is like kind of joining all these vibrations and energy and dimension around. You gather like, oh my God, not only like amazing info, but you also get the courage, in order to like kind of come up with a plan when it comes to the certain paths, that we are just normally like, oh my God, this is too scary, no baby, no type of thing. Okay, so going back to the actual that unhappiness and inspiration, that idea, that is going to be so brilliant. So unhappy because you're going to have enough. Going back, sorry, to the moment when I said that you're going to have enough, the 9th of May, 19th of May, 29th of May, you're just going to pretty much so going to feel like very, very unhappy. And not that you're going to necessarily feel really unhappy, sorry, but sorry, not that you're going to feel necessarily unhappy, but it's you're going to be aware of your own unhappiness that has been like that for a while, that has been affecting you, and now you will know exactly what this is, and now you will want this out of your life. And at the same time, this is going to mean so good to you, because I can almost see like, oh my God, something very spiritual is going to come out of you. When I said about that idea, that you're going to have idea is going to be brilliant and brilliant, you will know it's the right thing to do, you will know it's the right door to kind of enter, you will know it's the right path to find yourself at, you will know that this is the right choice to do, you will know that this is the right thing to do, because something internally is going to happen within you, something like, oh my God, you're going to feel like you want to do like a ritual, like maybe you will kind of like light a candle, like to celebrate, this is strong, this is powerful, you will want to rejoin with the spirits, you will want to rejoin with your soul, or you will want to like kind of maybe say a little prayer, or you will want to kind of say a little affirmation. Maybe you will want to say like a little mantra, whatever you consider as a little ritual. This is going to be very personal to you, this idea that you're going to have. And then somebody who's very close to you, and somebody who's like on a very spiritual and unusual and quirky and bizarre and very strange person, but very interesting person who is closely connected to you, who is into all sorts of things when it comes to spirituality and things like that, but they're also very, very smart in so many other ways. They come from somewhere else, this person, from a completely different a planet when it comes to like being an old spirit. This is what I'm talking about, coming from a completely so many different places to this place with a knowledge that it's absolutely undeniable. So that particular person who someone who you closely know, someone who is brilliant, someone who is either friend, who is either family member, somebody who is like an amazing friend, it's also going to confirm this idea for you. It's like, oh my God, they're going to confirm this idea for you without you even telling this to them somehow, because they've got this very psychic strong feeling around them. Their third psychic eye is very enhanced, so this is going to be nothing surprising to you that through them you're going to get this information. Like, you're going to gather, they're not going to tell you directly that this idea is brilliant, but that through them you're going to understand that you are doing a very, very smart and very clever thing. You're turning into the clever little kitty. This is exactly what you are. This is exactly who you are. So somebody very close to you is going to play an important role in terms of the actual confirmation. This is in itself like, oh my God, that idea that I'm talking about. Let's see here. Let's see what the tarot card is going to say here about that idea that I'm talking about. The idea that I'm talking about for Aquamarinis. First of all, it's unhappiness that you're going to become aware of. You're going to have enough. It's a spiritual quest. And then suddenly it's about that idea that I'm talking about. And that idea is going to really bring you oh my Lord. La, 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 la. You see this? It is the 8 of coins. Like, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. That idea, stay committed to the task at hand. You see, in order to make the most of it, in order to take this idea on the next level, here is a little surprise. You have to stay committed to those things that you are looking on at now, that you are focusing on right now, that are on your path right now. Even if they haven't got anything to do with this particular idea, your job, my babies, is to stay on the current path and keep going and keep going and keep going. This is what's needed for your own breakthrough, to stay focused and stay committed to the task at hand. Not the idea that I'm talking about. This is going to come, baby. But what you need to understand, that there are going to be lots of distractions as well. So you must not fall on this domino, you see. So this is what I'm talking about. In order to not to kind of let this distraction to take the better of you in terms of energy, you just need to understand that what you're currently working on, you need to stay on focused as much as you can. And this is in itself, it's going to make the biggest possible impact when it comes to this idea, and it's going to make you really, really successful indeed. This is about a step in the right direction, but at the same time you're learning, you're keeping going, but also becoming aware of an important new possibilities, new relationships. This is going to bring you into your life, new knowledge. You will realize how much you've actually changed, but then at the same, it's all about that particular new knowledge, which is at the same time going to be keep on kind of making you feel a little bit nostalgic. You're also at around the 6th of May, 16th of May, and the 26th of May, you're also going to be having like a very nostalgic times. You're going to feel very nostalgic, and you will not, like suddenly when you're feeling nostalgic, it's very important to keep on paying attention to where exactly do you feel drawn, which part of your life, because there is something quite interesting that you're going to really, the interesting energy that you're going to come across, and that energy is going to really, in itself, this is going to be the revelation that you're not doing something that you should be doing, and this is a strong part of you, something that is so unique to you, something that you used to do but you're not doing it, but it's an integral part of your spiritual journey. But it's on you to recognize and establish what this is. It is rather important, because it's at the same time going to bring the real you. It's going to make you feel very fulfilled in many different ways, but on another hand, it's also going to bring you an important reflection on and insight. Reflections on the past. It's going to bring you an important insight, which is going to make you aware of you needing to be as artistic as you possibly can. You need to be yourself as you possibly can, but at the same time, this is going to mark an important stage, a release from bondage. beginning of an important, absolutely big mama, mind-blowing understanding, because you are, my gorgeous aquamarine, reaching towards enlightenment, an important enlightenment. And this is the moment that it's going to make so much clear. Just remember, it's pretty much so to do with revelations that are going to make everything clear. But before that, you're going to feel a very strong creativity, and also, you know, at the same time, you know, what is going to happen, you're going to feel very creative and towards the certain new beginning. And this is going to start happening from the 12th of May until the end of that month. It's all about the creativity, like a very strong, powerful creativity. Look where it's going to be taking you, you know. It's like the birth of like something very, very special here. It's going to take place. So by the time you get to the actual October 2022, it's going to be mind-blowing outcome of everything. You will see how successful you are going to be. It's going to take a few months indeed, but this in itself, it's the beginning of a very, very meaningful experience that you're going to find rather adventurous in between the 12th of May and the end of that month. And that is going to help you to it will help to separate illusion from reality. All right, so remember, the beginning of a meaningful experience that you're going to find like almost like an adventure. It's really primarily going to help you to actually separate illusion from reality. And this is so important, because it is going to start the process of suspension, transition, and change. And you will even more want to really change the part of your life that makes you feel so bored. You will make a really important decision here, which is going to consist of abandonment and sacrifice, which is going to be evident that it's going to come in the form of the actual readjustment. And after that moment, this is all going to lead towards your own rebirth. You know, it's brilliant, because on one hand, you're going to be able to avoid a certain conflict, and you do not need this conflict. But then on another hand, this is all going to be reflected on your happiness when it comes to your home, when it comes to your immediate environment, when it comes to the big massive change that you want to make when it comes to your home. This is going to bring you peace, contentment, you know, like a very powerful reputation, and also the support by the people who mean to you so much. You are going to have a great support by the people who mean to you so much, and this is really going to elevate you even further. This is something that you're going to find so beneficial, because there are some very, very special and beautiful and gorgeous and amazing people in your life as well, that are absolutely out of this world in the best possible way. So it's not only like about dark lalas and things like that, little bastards, you know, but it's also like a good people as well that are absolutely remarkable. So always remind yourself that as well if you feel like a little bit low. On another hand, my gorgeous aquamarine, you know, especially when it comes to the actual at around the 24th of May, you know, there is going to be the revelation that it's going to make so much clear here. So remember that revelation that will make everything clear. That in itself is going to be super evident at around the 24th of May, you know. You have to remember that when you become aware of these revelations that are going to make so much clear, it's like a listen to your intuition and pay attention to signs from the divine as well. You know, do not unnecessarily worry, please. It's time to let go of your fear. Very important indeed. On another hand, when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous aquamarine, what you also need to remember, this is really important, that there is going to be a really strong connection in between your mind, body, and spirit. So your body is going to be talking to you like a big mama, you know. Your body is going to communicate. Your body is going to be communicating to you so much, and you know, suddenly you're going to have a lots of feelings like, oh my God, suddenly you're going to feel like you want Brazil nuts, you know, like just out of the blue, and you don't normally eat Brazil nuts, you know, and then suddenly you feel like, oh, I want to have Brazil nuts, you know. You just need to understand, it's like being pregnant, you know. When the women are pregnant, they basically, you know, they have an urge to eat this, to eat that, this sudden urge to eat something. So this is what, because the body is communicating like that on a very high level, spiritual and sacred level. So this is what's going to happen to you. So if you kind of feel suddenly out of the blue like you want Brazil nuts, it means that you lack in selenium. It means that you need selenium, and maybe you lack in the protein as well, you know, for example. So if you kind of feel like, oh my God, I want to eat tomatoes, you know, organic tomatoes, nice tomatoes, oh, I want to eat tomatoes just out of the blue, well, that means that you maybe are lacking in vitamin C, because tomato is absolutely bursting with vitamin C. But also at the same time, maybe you need a lycopene. You know, lycopene is also a beneficial ingredient that we find in tomato as well. So like, for example, and things like that, you know, like you just need to kind of pay attention to like how your body is feeling, and basically, like, especially when something like just out of the blue come to you like this, you know, maybe, or maybe you fancy like an orange suddenly, but you never want orange, you know, that means also that you need like a vitamin, set of vitamin C, for example, you know, so pay attention to what this is. It's very important. And then on another, because you just kind of like get that energy flow going, okay, and also your body needs, you know, what your body knows what your body needs, for example, you see. So this is what, like, what am I trying to say? Or maybe lean seeds, you know, like suddenly you want to, like, I don't know, like maybe the certain seeds, you know, that you feel like a lean seeds, for example, something like that is rich in omega-3, for example, you know, maybe you lack in omega-3, you know, it really depends, you know. So basically it is just all about you kind of like understanding this and just going along with this at the same time. On another hand, my gorgeous aquamarine was what else I was going to say. Yes, it's also like a little bit of lower back problem and the top back problem. Also, it's like a little bit of negativity like on top back and lower back, and also like a little bit of negativity like where your neck is, and this is like what lots of other signs are having as well. And just make sure that you keep on correcting yourself when it comes to your posture, and this way you also allow your energy to flow freely within your body, and that is going to really reflect on your energy, on longevity, on you doing things further and being more active, for example. And also when it comes to your neck, sadly, you know how people just ends up to be like this with their phones. Horrible. We all know this is not right, but people just end up being like this. So just keep on reminding yourself just to be straight, you know, very important, so you can kind of release that negativity, that blockage, so that is going to reflect on your energy levels as well. So now, my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm just going to go and see what is going to be your first day here. But before I go there, I would like to show you, look at this absolute beauty here. One of the most beautiful pendant, and it's called Indonesian Crazy Lace Agate, and this is so needed when it comes to May, June, July, August. Every single time when you feel down, when you feel really tired, when you feel really low, when you feel really anxious, when you feel really stroppy, when you feel really negative, when you feel really kind of uncertain, you know, this has got the ability to boost your energy levels like almost immediately. I mean, come on, even just me holding it right now, I already feel this absolutely powerful vibration that makes me talk even more. Can you imagine to make me talk even more? Like, oh my god. No, but it just really helps you out almost immediately, brings you that balance of optimism, happiness, a really great energy that increases your energy at that very moment in time, but also it just helps you out so much to be more productive and to come out of yourself at the same time. This is also an absolutely mind-blowing stone when it comes to the actual encouragement, when it comes to self-esteem, when it comes to like promoting optimism, and also when we are dealing with really ridiculously important aspects of your life and we just want to do really great, you know, no matter what this is, whether this is to do with emotions, whether this is to do with work, whether this is to do with the finances, whether this is to do with the project, this crystal has got this ability to just make you go so much further that you normally would, because it helps you to avoid and to ignore distractions along the way as well. So it's not only about the optimism and us coming out of ourselves and us feeling good, but it's brilliant, you know, against all the negativity and sadness that are going on around, and just making the most out of life, really. So this is something that I would absolutely really suggest you to have every single time. When you put it on, you boost your energy almost immediately. It makes you really happy and it makes you really optimistic. So sometimes when we have to deal with really important things in life, sometimes we're not feeling good, we're not feeling right, and we're always blaming ourselves. Oh, I know I could have done better, I know I could have done better. So to prevent things like that, you just get Indonesian Crazy Lace Agate, and it's going to be very important for you to wear this throughout May, June and July especially. This gorgeous Indonesian Crazy Lace Agate comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, so thank you very much for that, my gorgeous aquamarini. So now the very first date, it's going to be on the 1st of May. the 1st of May, it's just like, oh my God, the Dark Lala is coming back. Hi, darling. Hi, darling. The Dark Lala is coming back here, the 1st of May. You know, you're just going to become aware of here some kind of like a really, the person who is using other people, the person who is not really good, and the person who's also connected to other people. And I don't really like this person. It's just some kind of part of some kind of a plan that you're going to start becoming aware of. But you're going to need to be really careful at this moment in time how you're going to go on about it, you see. So sometimes it's not very good to just come out with things immediately. Sometimes it's good to protect like things around you in the best possible way by just, you know, finding out even more information, more necessary information, maybe to when the time comes like for confrontation or things like that, so you have the necessary evidence, you know. But then again, at the same time, the bottom line is, my gorgeous Aquamarini, just be really careful who you're going to come across on the 1st of May, because, you know, maybe you're going to try to do the certain deal, maybe you're going to try to have a certain negotiation, but I don't like this little bastard here, because someone who is using people quite a lot is going to make themselves known. So it's on you. This is like a blessing here, because at least you will know who this is, and at least you will know what to do later on, you know, because this is someone who is kind of consistent-ish in your life as well. So it's not only the 1st of May, but it's going to be within the first few days of May. You will know who this person is, because suddenly this person is going to be on your mind, and suddenly you will know and you will be aware of the fact that that person is like doing a bit of a wrongdoings around, you know. And that in itself, it's also going to create an obstacle in itself. But what you need to do is just avoid this person, and just maybe try to kind of like, if you need to do something, like try to find someone else. Just run on miles when you become aware of this person here, because it's important, and you are going to be absolutely right. Even the kid is saying, yep, there you go. So the 1st of May, you just be careful who this is. And then just being aware of this is going to kind of release the certain obstacle in itself, because it's going to make you face away from this person, which is good. On another hand, that almost immediately, as soon as you become aware of who that person is, suddenly there is some kind of activity within you going to take over. There is a very specific message that you're going to get not that long after that moment in time, and that message that you're going to get, it's going to be connected to your own progress and things that you have been doing and working on over the last few months, and over the last couple of months in particular. You were really kind of giving you a lot of energy in. So that is going to make you aware of the fact that you are, oh my God, you're going to be able to make a really quick decision here. This is going to surprise you, because you thought that this is going to be something that is going to be happening and unfolding at around August 2022. So this in itself is going to surprise you. But then again, at the same time, it is all about you realizing your progress and going away even further from deception, obscurity, trickery, and dishonesty, you know, and bad influence and insincerity. This is going to make it to stand on your ground like very strongly on your both legs. I'm not saying that you weren't standing on the ground before, but this is now, this deception, obscurity, and dishonesty, it's not to do with that first person here. It's about to do with information from the outside that has nothing to do with your life. Information from the outside that has nothing to do with your life is this particular deception, obscurity, trickery, and dishonesty. A little bit of a devilish bastard here. So it's not the first person. This is the second. This is the different situation. I know I'm like all over the place. Aquamarini. I'm all over the place. But this is to do with like a kind of, you're going to get information from the outside. Like it's to do with deception, lies, negativity, sadness, darkness, and a very devilish energy. It's not going to surprise you completely, but then at the same time, it will just play a really big role in your life, because you will know exactly what and who to be cautious of. And this now is to do with the energies from the outside, something that you understand, something that you know, something that you're aware of, something that maybe other people are not aware of. This is to do with your spiritual journey, and it's to do with your understanding, and it's most certainly to do with the right way of thinking when it comes to this specific situation in your life, because you will know, you will want to remove yourself from this. So it's almost something like this devilish energy from the outside. It's almost going to require you to maybe kind of go towards that path, but then you will know, no baby, no, you go towards this path. Exactly, you go towards your own path. This is your life, this is your challenge, this is your journey, this is your spirit, this is your soul. You are reaching towards an enlightenment, and this is all part of it. Just remember what I mentioned before, like, oh my God, you are going to have your lotus moment, but before lotus moment comes, lotus moment, 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 lotus moment. My gorgeous aquamarine, you see what I mean? You're gonna have your lotus moment. So you are growing through the mud, you are growing through the muddy water at the moment, but it's very, very soon. There is the top right here, and you're very, very close. And this is going to really also make you aware of exactly what to be cautious on the outside, and it's going to make your energy even more delicious, because you will be aware of how smart, how clever, and how advanced you are when it comes to your way of thinking. So it's already like about like more to do with like the actual mind-blowing confirmation than anything else. You're very clever indeed. You should always trust yourself. It is going to make you aware of what to kind of stay away from. But at the same time, it's all about you realizing, it's about a tact is necessary to maintain pace. This is important because it's to do with, this is going to bring you growth, it's going to bring you progress. You are going to be aware of the fact, that there is some hard work that you're going to find yourself at in front. But then again, at the same time, this is indeed going to be connected to very, very successful dealings, which are going to happen within the next 7 weeks, exactly after this moment in time. It's going to get back to you in terms of money, wealth, a treasure, but also there are certain bits and pieces that you're going to become aware of, that they're going to need to be reorganized in your lives. I really, really like this, because at the same time, by the time you get to the 9th and 10th of May, you're already going to be aware of a very, very exciting career opportunity. I see a bit of like something like rather lucrative going on here indeed. And if you're retired, it doesn't really matter. An exciting opportunity, so not necessarily a career opportunity, but if you're retired, this is the moment. This is the moment about like the actual and exciting opportunity, something very, very specific that is just going to become a really gorgeous part of your life. Okay, so the second date, my gorgeous aquamarine, and before I go there, like, oh my lord, before I go there, look at that, another one, leopardite. I mean, come on, man. Sassy name for the crystal. I think it's obvious why this one is called leopardite. I mean, look at how gorgeous this is. I mean, if this is not gorgeous, I don't know what is. Absolutely beautiful. And this pendant, it's also very, very powerful, because it encourages you to kind of like pay attention to things that normally you wouldn't pay attention to, that are really important part of your spiritual journey. The little things around us that we sadly don't notice on daily basis, but that maybe because there is a lot going on, there is a lot happening, but we should be noticing these things because they're an important part, an integral part of our spiritual journey. So it really kind of opens you up really nicely. And when you wear this pendant, leopardite, it makes you really smart, it makes you really clever, in such a way where you are like, also you open yourself in order to explore. It makes you like, it puts you in an explorative mode, but to explore the right things, that the things that you wouldn't normally explore, or the things that you wouldn't have a confidence or courage to normally go for. So this is absolutely brilliant, because it kind of like really brings that balance that can sometimes missing in our lives, which can be like a pretty much sort of results of all sorts of different energies, like a stress, anxiety, sadness, like sleepless nights and things like that. So this really kind of brings that relevant balance in, so you always stay on top of things by really just keep going and keep going, no matter how you feel. If you feel drained, if you feel annoying, if you feel tired, or if you don't feel like a really artistic and you need to be artistic, this really kind of really opens you up, but makes you feel very, very smart and very clever. I'm not saying that you're not smart, and I'm not saying that you're not clever, but you know what I mean. It's just kind of like is the right balance of intelligence, cleverness, when it comes to really having enough strength and courage to be in explorative mode, facing very big situations in our lives. Sometimes it's only like our confidence is missing, and this is the one that brings you confidence. When you want to find yourself again, when you want to explore, when you want to kind of throw yourself in all sorts of opportunities, this is something that you should absolutely have. Absolutely indeed. So this gorgeous leopardite comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, so thank you very much for that. So the second important date, my gorgeous aquamarini, it's going to be on the 11th of May. It's like, oh my Lord. Oh my Lord, 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 oh my Lord, Lord. What a good news you're going to have here on the 11th of May. This is a big mama here, because this number in itself, it's like absolutely huge, massive, big banana. Very important indeed. The 11th of May, it's first of all, you are going to have a very unusual situation, something very bizarre. It's going to happen, but this in itself, it's actually going to happen at the end of the night, at the end of the day. At the end of the day, on the 11th of May at night, there is something really bizarre going to happen, really strange going to happen, and it's going to make you aware yet again that there are different worlds beyond this world. Something really strange and unusual, it's going to happen. But that in itself, it's not only about an unusual world and you being aware of the worlds behind it, but what you're gonna get, it's going to be your own sign that something really big is about to happen to you. This is how you're going to feel, and you will know exactly what I mean. Internally, you will understand this on a very, very interesting level. You will not be able to explain, but you will kind of know it, but there's something big is coming up, and this is exactly the truth. What is going to happen, that is going to happen at the end of the 11th of May. So the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, and 16th, you will see what exactly is going to unfold after this moment in time. You will react differently to the situations that you're going to be facing. On another hand, at the 11th of May, there is a very important information that you are going to have. Very important good news. Okay, and I like this. You expected this, you were waiting for this, it's to do with your desires, it's to do with like what you kind of you were waiting for, but at the same time, it's just like it's going to surprise you. It's going to be much better than you actually thought. So very, very good news you're actually going to get in terms of your gain, advancement. Okay, but also, it's more importantly, what you're going to realize is to do with your desires that you're going to realize, but at the same time, it's about you recognizing your abilities and taking your ideas on the next level and understanding exactly what do you need to do in order for them to be implemented. On another hand, that, my gorgeous aquamarine, is going to make you understand that, when there is at the end of the specific journey, then there is the beginning of the specific journey as well. So here you're going to realize, oh my Lord, in order to get there, which is going to be highlighted at around the 21st of May again, in order to get there is going to be the sudden collapse of plans. So certain plans, it doesn't matter, you live and learn. So you're going to become aware of the certain plans that you it's the collapse of the certain plan. It doesn't matter, it's not going to get you, it's not going to make you feel negative or anything, because it just didn't work for a while in your life anyway. So this is brilliant, because you will know that after that moment in time, you're going to need to make a really, really important decision. It's absolutely brilliant. This is to do with improvement, development, and really pretty much so it's to do with like your own promotion of your own life. It's to do with your own rebirth. But at the same time, you are also gonna hear the outcome of the past effort, something that you have been working on only like about only maybe the last couple of months really strongly outcome of the past effort, and that it's also going to be playing an important role, because you're going to realize on one hand that these are the end of the challenging times for you, but then on another hand you're going to realize that things are looking up. This is to do with a very welcome relief in your life, which is kind of going to make you realize that you're slowly finding your way to a rather peaceful place in life. I like this so much. And also when it comes to the 11th of May, suddenly there is some kind of journey going to be on your mind. Go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. There is a journey on your mind on 11th of May 2022. It's not something is going to be on your mind. You will want to go somewhere. You want to maybe make a little journey somewhere. It's not about making a journey, It's not about making a journey. It's not about that. It's about you actually going there, staying there. And maybe it's all about you kind of making that contact, that point, like, oh, I want to go there maybe, and then you're going to think about some weekend home or something, let's say, and then while you're on your way there, or while you're there, even if you stay on a day or a few hours or 3 days or 7 days, it doesn't matter. It's about the spiritual experience and what you're going to gather out of it. There is something so important that you're going to understand, okay? And you will see what I mean. On another hand, my gorgeous Aquamarini, so the 11th of May, it's all about the actual very important motivation behind someone very successful. It's also going to really play an important role here. The third important date, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's going to be on the 31st of May. It's like, Jesus, this is like so important here. The 31st of May, it's like, wow, there is so much that is going to be resolved. And I know that, like, I started this reading, oh my God, you have to be careful about this and about that. But then sometimes life is rather complex. And this is a quite complex month when it comes to you. The 31st of May, it's like, my God, it's all about this resolution. But it's not only about the 31st of May. It's like 29, 30 and 31st. It's all about a resolution of the problem. It was delayed. Your life was very affected with a certain delay. So this is to do with the resolution of the problem, conclusion, huge, massive conclusion, which is going to be consisting of you understanding that, it's all to do with the discontinuance of a certain effort and just a kind of like a get rid of the certain plans, which I've kind of like mentioned before, but at the same time, you just needed a bit more confirmation in order to fully know what the next step is going to be in terms of the greatest success ever, but also doing the right thing in the terms of your own financial situation. So you have to be careful about other people in your life. If you have a family, I completely understand. It's the way things work, you see. So it's all about knowing exactly what this is and establishing what this is and making like the final decision, like the best decision ever. But it's also about the healing, that you're going to have a very satisfactory result, that conclusion. It's not only like just knowing what part of your life to cut out, but also it's about the conclusion, which is going to bring a healing almost immediately into your life. At the same time, you're going to become aware of an important compromise here, which is going to inspire you it's going to inspire you even more. It's going to make you feel really, really artistic indeed. But most importantly, when it comes to inspiration, you will know the revelation on the 31st of May. By the end of the day, just see, you're going to feel a very deep concentration and towards the certain part of your life. You will want to learn, respect for knowledge. See where this respect for knowledge is coming from. And it's not only going to be on the 31st of May, it's going to start on the 25th of May. So it's in between the 25th of May and the 31st of May. You need to see like, oh, suddenly you're going to feel drawn towards a certain knowledge. What this is, learn it, baby. It's meant to be the part of your spiritual journey. Learn it, please. Okay, so it's all about the respect for knowledge, and at the same time, you just like kind of, you're going to hear a certain news that hasn't got anything to do with your life, but again, you will know that this is something that you need to do. It's the way out of so many negative situations, but it's also going to bring one of the greatest accomplishments in your life ever. And confidence is like, oh my God, security, financial security. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. You will do something that is going to make you feel proud of yourself like forever, and other people in your life are going to feel so proud about you as well. This is the beginning of something very, very special here indeed. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm just going to see briefly what is going to happen to you, what to pay attention to in the first part of May, mid part of May, and the last part of May. So the first part of May, you know, you need to understand that you have to kind of like pay attention to addictions or unhealthy habits. This is very important, because the fact that you are going to have a very strong connection between mind, body, and spirit, it's also telling me, it's also going to be telling you, or it's also giving you the more power to deal with unhealthy habits and some kind of addictions. This is very, very important. Okay, very important. So you will know what this is, because the first part of May, it's a lot going to be on your mind if you're doing something, why you're doing it, and type of thing. But you will also have the power to kind of come on top of it more than you normally would. Okay, the mid part of May, you know, absolutely mind-blowing planning for long term. It's going to take off here, okay? But you have to be patient as you decide what's next. The last part of May, you are going to have a rather significant life experience, and I like this so much. This is going to mean to you so much because you've been waiting for this to feel like this, to feel so great. And the fact that you're going to have a significant life experience, this means that it's going to require certain changes to be made. It's going to be absolutely evident, you know, because it's very powerful and connected to very powerful and unexpected revelations, you know, which is going to help you to break free in so many different ways, but also it's going to help you to release or to release all belief systems. Okay, it's important. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. Now, it's very important to, like, for those of you in relationship, that you need to really work on a certain problem, because you will probably expect something from your partner and maybe your partner is not doing it, and then this is going to create just a little bit of blockage here. So you need to work on this, what this is. Okay, so it is like kind of going to pretty much, so the relationships are gonna be you're going to need to deal with this problem, and this is really going to surprise you. Okay, so the people in relationship are going to need to work on this problem, because if you don't work on this problem now, it's going to turn into something completely different, something much bigger, something worse. And karmically, this needs to be really touched by both of you. Karmically, you need to unpack this now, because if you don't, it is just going to turn into something that is going to become way too heavy and way too closed in itself to be unpacked ever again. It's going to become that heavy. Okay? And this is something that you really need to do, because you're going to feel like you don't have the full devotion from your partner. You're going to feel like something is not right. You may feel like something is wrong. And that's exactly what you need to work on. Very, very important indeed. For those of you who are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, this is really amazing, because there is, you know, you're going to be thinking about a certain adjustment. You're going to find yourself being by yourself at some moment in time in May. Some moment in time, you're going to find yourself being by yourself, and you're going to be thinking about a certain adjustment that you want to make. And this adjustment is going to be consisting of you really kind of like thinking about it only because somebody who had a really brilliant, good influence on you had a fantastic impact, and they really inspired you, and you want to kind of like use this inspiration in the best possible way and apply it into your life. So this is exactly what's happening here. So someone inspired you by going somewhere or by doing something, and then you're going to be thinking about your life, like which adjustment you need to make in order to find yourself on that path, which is going to be consisting of you really kind of realizing your own accomplishment, but at the same time realizing that it's time to move on. It's going to bring slowly a very kind of new aspect into your life, like a new place, new stage. Maybe you will go to the new place every single week. Maybe you will go to the certain place where you used to go. Now you're going to carry on going again. Or maybe you will go to the certain place where you go like every day. Maybe you will go to the certain place where you go like often on a different days. You know, there are so many different elements that can go into it, like a showing the new energy. However, you are going to be thinking about a new place, And that new place is going to put you on the path with someone very, very special. And that person is indeed going to let themselves known within the last 10 days in May 2022. And before they make themselves known, there is also going to be a very interesting sign that you are going to have, like an omen, and you will know like something really unusual is going to take place, like with a little animal. It could be absolutely any type of animal, but this animal is going to be different, and you will know that this animal has a little message for you. You will feel a very strong connection. Maybe this animal is going to come to you. Maybe this animal is going to look weird. Maybe this animal is going to look unusual. Maybe this animal is going to have like a really strange color. However, you will know that this animal is bringing a really special message to you. And at the same time, you will realize, oh my God, I was thinking about like a partner, how much I want someone, how much I need someone. And at the same time, this in itself is going to be very strong confirmation that, you know, also not that far from that moment in time, not that long ago, you were thinking about some kind of new place where you will be going to. You will be able to connect these dots at this moment in time, and you will know that this is your sign, this is your omen, that someone very special it's about to walk into your life, and it's going to happen at the end of May indeed. And even if it doesn't happen at the end of May, it means that you just didn't come across that person. June and July are absolutely huge when it comes to that person walking into your life. Sometimes certain people come sooner and certain people come later. It really depends on our spiritual journey, but it's most certainly not going to be that long whatsoever. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.